Alright guys, I am here at Fort Myers Beach. As you can see by the bridge right there, I just parked. Still a lot of destruction. This is the first time I've been here since the storm hit. So we're gonna have a little look around. Right now I just literally parked. So we are gonna check out the Lanai Kai. Just kind of get a feel of what's going on around here. This is the first time I've been on the island, and it's pretty devastating. There are a few bars that are open though, so there's little glimmers of hope, but it's pretty crazy. So we'll check out the Lanai Kai, this whole strip by the bridge, see what's going on. What's up, dude?
You're a content creator?
Yeah.
Likewise. Maybe we could work together. I've been interviewing the locals, driving around at night, getting night video of destruction.
My YouTube channel is Mudflat Productions.
Mudflat?
And I've been,
Awesome, man. How long you been doing?
I've been getting serious at it last month.
You got the look too, man. You could do it.
Thanks, man.
My look is a little more crazy and aggressive. So, but this is, I have a few Instagrams. I'm just now getting a YouTube together. Maybe you got an agency you work with right now?
No, not at all. Just all me.
Gotta get an agency, so gotta bring it to a computer guy. He might have to override that. So this is like some of the stuff I do.
Let's go. I'll follow you right now, man.
You know what I mean?
What's it called?
It's called Liddy_all_things_lit. That's one of my newest grams. So at this car meet, it ended up with like 2,000 people.
Wow.
So New York car meets are pretty big. We got a bridge similar to this, but our bridges are pretty wide. They're pretty big. So under the bridge though, there'll be like 600 cars. You know what I mean? 2,000 people. You know what a teteo is? That's when they have giant speakers on top of the car.
Oh, wow, okay.
And it'd be hundreds of them. So each section has its own vibe, its own going on. But it's like a giant outdoor multiple stage club. People with the bikes are popping out. It's just like this Wild West.
Oh, I've never been to something like that. It's
Dude,
nuts.
I can't wait to invite you, man. We got one going on this weekend and next weekend.
All right. What was it was Liddy?
Litty.
I'll follow you on my Mudflat account.
Absolutely. I'm gonna take your number from New York City, and I throwing parties all pandemic, a lot of illegal underground. I made my money and I bought 2 yachts and I started doing boat parties here. And I hired some people and just let them work it. And they haven't found one boat is still missing. They found my other boat in somebody's house in the living room.
Oh my god!
On the 2nd floor, just.
Wow.
I was like, wow, I hope nobody
was in there when that happened.
Out of here. You're awesome.
It was nice
dude.
meeting you, man.
Likewise, man.
Interesting, to say the least. Take it easy, man. Well, I probably just met an underground gangster guy, so I'd say today's off to a pretty good start. Don't know what you're gonna find at Fort Myers Beach, which is why I kind of stay around at Big Hickory. It's a little more predictable there. But we'll see what the Lanai Kai and all that's doing. Not a lot of people are a big fan of the Lanai Kai. I wasn't. Right ahead of me is actually that Margaritaville that they're constructing, and that looks pretty untouched. So looks like Jimmy Buffett's gonna benefit out of all this. But we'll see. Head down to the Lanai Kai and the Fort Myers Pier. So basically, it just looks like a war-torn country, man. That storm surge really messed up a lot of stuff. So I just talked to somebody else about the landfill, and that's apparently by the Fort Myers Beach Library, public library. He says it's huge, so we'll see if it's bigger than that one at Lover's Key we just did. I'm pretty certain it is, so it'll be interesting to see. But right up ahead we got people like this that are working around the clock trying to fix all this crap. Alrighty guys, this is me just walking down Old San Carlos Boulevard. You can see to the right we got that shipwreck motel. The inside of that is completely wiped out, but the good news here is that the Yucatan Beach Stand Bar and Grill is open, and they're serving food and beer, and it was actually pretty decently packed. I didn't go inside of there, but that parking lot to my left also had a outside kind of cookout area. Just overall good vibes there, considering everything that has happened to this community. So that was a good sight to see. Another good sight I would point out is that there's like no debris on this street. They've seemed to have really cleared out a whole lot of debris. And since there's, that storm surge happened, I can only imagine how much sand was pushed into the streets. So if they've done a lot of cleanup as far as that's concerned. You can see right there that little, it's the tropical sunset. I mean, some buildings like that are completely wiped out. Same thing with that shop at the very end, the surf style. That is gone. I mean, the building's still intact, but everything inside is just wiped. And then here I am at Times Square. It's just completely flattened. A lot of us that have been there remember all the little kind of, they had that Pure Side Grill, the pizza place, they had an ice cream shop, they had a Dairy Queen, which was cool, and then they had a lot of hole-in-the-wall kind of stuff as well. Here, just by coincidence, I didn't even know they were throwing this today. They had a little ceremony going on for the island. People are just stacking a bunch of roses and stuff like that up there on that palm tree. I personally didn't see the ceremony because I was completely unaware of the ceremony till I got home that day. I just figured that was just a permanent memorial or something, just to give hope to the community. But that being said, there weren't too many people. All the people I saw really congregated here, but everywhere you look, there were really good messages. We will be back. FMB strong was a big one. Just overall good messages to such a devastated community. And yeah, I mean, this is Times Square. It's just it's going to be a long time before they rebuild anything. And what's funny is that Margaritaville is just untouched, and the construction going on there, they've actually added a whole new wing that I didn't see the last time I was there, which is on that beach side. You can kind of see there's like a little bridge connecting to it. So here I am with my Skydio, and I'm right in front of that Margaritaville. That little building right behind me, that's newly added. I did not see that the last time I was at Fort Myers Beach. So they're tacking along just fine. All the other small businesses and whatnot have gotten wiped out, whereas these guys, the Margaritaville Supergiants, they're doing fine. This is the Lanai Kai too, so those cottages that were right next to it beforehand wiped out. That used to be a really popular parking spot. If I ever went to Fort Myers Beach, I'd either park there or I'd go all the way down to the 7-Eleven and park there. By the 7-Eleven, it was more reliable parking. We all know how crazy the parking can be at Fort Myers Beach. But yeah, the Lanai Kai is just gone. Not a whole lot of people were big fans of the Lanai Kai. There were some funny moments that happened there, but it did get rowdy. It did have its fair share of rowdy moments. Here's the Fort Myers Beach Pier. Gone. I guess the only good news we can really take out of that is that the columns are still there. So, I mean, we can at least see the resemblance of where this pier used to be and be reminded of how powerful this storm was. But other than that, it is gone. That was one of my favorite little locations, to be honest, was just going by that and just seeing all the people. It was a cool spot. If I didn't personally go to Fort Myers Beach a whole lot just because I worked down at Big Hickory as a tour guide, and then I really fell in love with that island down there, and every weekend I would go down to that spot. However, here you can kind of see there's some missing buildings and whatnot, and it's very sandy still, and I can only imagine how much sand was just pushed into Fort Myers Beach just from the surge. If you're unaware of what happened at like Little Hickory Island, the mounds of sand on that road, Big Hickory Boulevard, as you're going up towards like Lover's Key from Bonita, it was I've heard it was like 2 stories high as far as the height of the sand goes. So I can only imagine what it was like here. Some of the houses in the back also, not to pry on people's privacy, but they seem to be doing pretty good. There was a few hard-hit spots that we'll check out later, but as far as the overall community, I mean, obviously their first, possibly second floors got flooded out and they had tremendous damage, but the actual homes are still there, which, other communities, just the entire house got wiped out. Here we can see quite a lot of damage as well. This was a hard hit spot. Dwarfs, well, this and Sanibel just dwarfs anything else. And I haven't checked out Port Charlotte personally. That could potentially be in future videos. So never say never. But yeah, this spot does not look too bad, folks. Not too bad. I'm sure a lot of these people have fixed a good amount of their problems that they've encountered from the storm in their homes, especially if that's their first home. Some people, this might be their second home and they haven't gotten to it. So here we have the little, sky restaurant, is what I kind of call it, but it's really called the Island View. Just getting a little check out on that. They have all those little chairs and stuff that you'd sit in, kind of stacked. Not a whole lot of crazy damage up there. You can see on that little top compartment to the left that there's some things knocked over, some little ceiling parts that are missing, but overall, not too bad. I can imagine that very top floor didn't experience a whole lot. However, the second floor, the storm surge most likely hit that spot because remember, it was 18 feet plus. Okay, not just 18 feet. It was 18 feet plus. So, I mean, God knows how high this got up. We personally weren't there. But a lot of people are constructing here. Lots and lots of construction. As you'll see later on in the vlog, there's nothing but construction. But now we are going to head towards the Fort Myers Beach Library where that landfill is. Alright, so that was some drone footage. I didn't even bother checking the wind before I got here, and I really should have because it is blowing. Kind of pushing that thing to its max. I don't think this is 25 miles an hour. That's what it says it can handle. Like, that's the max wind. But I personally, I don't think it is. Maybe once you're 300 feet up, it gets pretty close to it. But it was warning me of high wind. But, I mean, it's nuts. That was the whole Lanai Kai. You can tell based off some of the rails that water went up. I mean, just think 18-foot storm surge. Probably halfway up those palm trees, maybe. You probably got waves that were bigger than that. So, just got wiped out. I'm walking on the beach right now because the street's really busy and I don't think there's any sidewalks. don't plan on getting run over. I should find a way to get on there though. Be right back with that. Alright, I'm walking through all this gunk. All pretty destroyed. One complaint I do have with Skydio is, why don't y'all make a satchel for this? This thing weighs probably 15-20 pounds, but once you walk with it for about a mile, it's starting to burn. Yeah, see, this is what I mean though. I mean, all this. Sorry, I'm trying to do all this with one hand. It's all sand. It does seem to be a little sidewalk there. Not a whole lot of people out here. There's like one or two on the beach. Still pretty bad. I mean, look, there's a boat right over there. Still trying to record with one hand. Oh, yes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna look up how far the Fort Myers Beach Public Library is, and see if I can get the landfill on video. I did check the wind chart and it's gonna get pretty gnarly by 4 o'clock, so hopefully it's not too far away. So it's my only day off. I work a job, and then I also kind of do the part-time kayak gig with Kurt, who was my boss as a kayak guide. If you haven't checked him out, he runs a business called Paddle Naples. It's pretty big on Big Hickory Island, but he's slowly opening up. So just the devastation. It's just hundreds of miles, just hundreds of thousands of lives, all impacted by a storm. Pretty big storm. But a lot of activities going on. Also, for the vlogging, I'll have to learn. Camera angle's kind of low. Really got to point it up. My shoulders start burning if I do that. So we'll see. But not far at all from where I'm at. It's only 0.7 miles. So that's like a 20-minute walk. Rough about. More and more debris right over here. It would have been a good idea for me to wear sunglasses. Tons of little particles getting in my eyes. But my expectation of this is that the Lover's Key landfill is going to be dwarfed by this, just absolutely dwarfed. Because there is a baseball field right by it. I imagine that's where they're putting all the stuff. It's right where that baseball field was. There was a good chunk of land, so, you know, I don't know if it'll be like as long as Lover's Key, but it might be kind of like a pyramid. We'll have to see. Got Mr. Tequila Restaurant. I've eaten in there before. Cam and Jonathan. I'll have to see if they remember going in there, but that's completely wiped. This is all wiped. We went in there a couple years ago. I don't go out too often on Fort Myers Beach. Just I'm more of a nature person, but look at that. The villas. Mohos will be back. Sure they will. Probably a smarter way of doing this. I didn't know what to expect, so I was just like, I might as well walk it. I was going to be really crazy and park at the pinchers, that would have been like a 3-mile walk. But I just didn't know what to expect on this island. They actually have public parking, and you pay with using a QR code. And there's some guy there that makes sure that your license plate is in their system. Yowzer. It's a little close. I have to watch what the f I'm doing. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about, though. Up ahead, I can see some debris taken up, but look at this. Yeah, so anyways, what I was saying is they have some guy there that checks the, whether your license plate is in the system. So if you come here, don't try to, you know, be a little dodgy and sneaky about it. They're gonna find out. It's always best to be honest, even if it's like $2 or something. It's like the Imperial boat ramp. They were charging $5 to get there, the one on 41. It's like nobody's checking it, but it's just always best to be honest. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to go up here through the sidewalk, as you can see. So back to the beach, which is also sort of taped off, but I'm just going to walk through. Even the buildings that seem untouched, they got people working on them. Wild. So much stuff. It's gonna be months and months and months till they get this straight. And then oh wow, look at this. I don't even know if I can get to the beach. Literal chunks of the road are out. Let me try. I'm not turning around. Let's see. Ugh. Wowzers. Yeah, so that's pretty clear evidence there was a storm surge. If there wasn't enough already, that really solidifies it. Crazy. Alright. Let's pray that wind doesn't get too bad either. Skydio, you really need to start making a satchel for this 20-pound case, or I gotta come up with a smarter way of going about this. Alright. And it's not too bad, it's just I know I have to walk back. It's actually a really clear, beautiful day out, so you guys can see. Seems nice and calm on the Gulf. All the wind's coming from the bay side, so that means once I get above these buildings, the gusts are really bad, and sometimes the gusts are bad on the beach, but the Gulf is nice and calm. Not a whole lot of wind stirring it up. But we'll see. Not a whole lot to report on right here, so I'll be back with you guys once I get a little closer to that that library. And hopefully the wind's not too strong. I'm a little worried about it, but I think we'll be okay. I mean, I'm already this far. YOLO, you only live once.
Alrighty, so here's the Fort Myers Beach Library Landfill. Highly anticipated by me. However, upon my first reaction, I noticed it is nowhere near as big as the Lovers Key Landfill. If y'all have not seen the Lovers Key Landfill and would like to compare it, there's going to be a link in the description, along with, you can click right up here if you want to see it right now, and then come back and compare the two. Anyways, this landfill was higher than the Lovers Key one. You know, they don't have as much space to work with, so they do kind of have to form a pyramid. I was expecting them to use a lot more land, like, you know, the bottom left right there, that's the baseball field that was once there. I was expecting them to fill that up with trash and whatnot. But regardless, what this taught me is that all the debris on Lover's Key, along with the debris here, is most likely from Fort Myers Beach, which means a lot of the debris that is in the water, unfortunately, probably has not gotten recovered. Now, big detail here, they have been recovering debris on the actual mangroves. I'm just talking about debris that is still lodged in the water, but they have made big progress on that. That floating house in Estero Bay is no longer there. They've cleared that out. So they are doing good things. The one thing that I'm a little disappointed in and a little worried about is the trash bags on the actual mangroves. Those are really wrapped in good, and they have not gotten those yet. And those are not biodegradable, so, they're just going to stay there forever. And if they get in the water, it's in the water forever. And it really harms the wildlife in a lot of ways. But these people are working very hard around the clock. Right there, those trucks, they got those crane diggers on there. And they got those trailers in the back. They pick up the debris, throw it in the trailer, and throw it in the landfill. And then here's one just driving off to whatever location he's got to go in, and pick up more debris. It is rinse, wash, repeat around the clock. So really, we got to show a lot of gratitude to these people that are making the recovery possible. Unfortunately, I don't think a lot of people show enough appreciation for these guys because, they could have any other job, and what they're doing is a very physical job, and I admire it. So from me, thank you guys out there for picking up. If y'all are in a pickup crew or whatever, just a huge thank you. All right, another thing I'd like to touch on. A lot of people are confused about what's going to happen to these landfills. They are temporary, okay? They're not going to stay there permanently. I actually read quite a significant number of comments saying, oh my gosh, it's going to be there forever. Why are they doing this? Et cetera, et cetera. And it's not. They're going to sort that trash out. As far as recycling goes, most trash to begin with does not get recycled. That might shock a few of you. There's a lot of awesome videos on YouTube that go into deeper depth about what can and what cannot be recycled. But they will sort that trash out, and they will clear it. It is not going to be there forever. The one at Lover's Key, not going to be there forever. They did reopen one in Gateway, too, that is going to be there temporarily. Has been shut down for a long time, but they really need the space to handle this load of trash. Look at these trailers. All that stuff has got to go, and it is a lot to pick up. This was a mobile home, and the theme of this whole storm is that the mobile homes go. They are gone, as we would expect from such a powerful storm. It's very sad and unfortunate because these are people's homes, and their whole life revolved around, everyone's life revolves around their house and their family and everything in the house. It's what keeps us orderly, and it's a big part of us, right? Is our personal property, and it just got destroyed here. And my heart goes out to anybody who lives there or on Fort Myers Beach. I am very sorry for everything y'all have gone through. Just thank God that y'all are still there, especially the ones that did not evacuate. If you made it through it, praise God, because He's looking down on you and helping you out. But it's going to recover. I'm still hopeful about this. Obviously, there's mass destruction and whatever, but it's said and done, right? The only way you can improve on the situation is to be positive and to move forward. That's with anything in life. So I'm very hopeful about all this. I'm going to have some future updates coming out as well, so stay tuned. Now the upload process and all that, I'm gonna try to aim for at least one video a week, just because of how busy I am. In general, we all have busy lives. Adding YouTube as one of the responsibilities adds on to an already busy schedule. So I will do my best, but expect at least one video a week. If I'm pumping out videos, expect 2 to 3 a week. I'm definitely not at the point where I can do a daily upload, just because I have to make money and I have to work and all this other stuff, etc. So just understand that. But Mudflat Productions is definitely going to keep on pumping out content. So if you want to see that, hit that subscribe button. If you have anybody that's really concerned about the coast, wants to know what's going on, share this video and share that Lovers Key landfill video. And if you have anybody that's in Bonita Springs wondering what's going on with the coast, send that Big Hickory and Little Hickory video there. One more thing before I head out. We did hit the 500 subscriber mark, which is crazy. Thank you to everybody that subscribed. That is awesome. I would have never hit that number without you guys. So everyone that's watching, sharing, commenting, thank you. Even the negative comments that I have gotten, thank you for commenting. You guys add a little bit of flavor to the comment section, and it's good that we have diverse dialogue. So whatever idea it is, feel free to share it. I would like this to be as an open, diverse dialogue spot, so anybody's welcome. Don't spread any hate. If you're hating or making fun of someone, your comment will be deleted, as I am the deleting overseer as far as that. And we can all, it's common sense of what's hate. I don't think I have to go into depth about that. Be nothing political. Just don't be hating on people in general in life. So yeah, y'all have a spectacular day. Yeah, I think that concludes it, guys. Yeah, have a spectacular day, and God bless you all.